Hi, friends. All right, we're going to try a thing. It's probably going to get interrupted, but it's worth a shot. This is my 2024 project roundup. All the things that I still have in my possession that I made in 2024 and how I felt about them and what's going on. Today, what I'm wearing. Where am I? Who am I? Hi. Do you know who I am? Did you come here because you already know me? Hi. My name's Kat. I call this podcast Librophiliac Knits, and I am coming to you from the wilds of wintry Minnesota, where it is now the fabulous 3rd of January, the birthday of one of my children. A great day to be alive. Today I'm wearing a cool shirt I thrifted while I was hanging out in Copenhagen, Denmark with my friend Wax, and the coracle cowl, which was part of the Knitworthy 7 knitting book by Isolde Teague that I made last year with yarn purchased at one of the many iterations of the Shepherd's Harvest Festival that I attended. It is a wool and Angora blend, hand-dyed. It was this was all they had in the little stall, and I bought all 3 skeins. They were all different quantities of yarn, and I made them all go together. At the end, and I played some yarn chicken, and I had to finish the bind off a row or 2 early in order to win, and I don't feel bad about it at all. It is a fantastic piece, and doing this podcast is actually what helped me find it again. I thought it was lost forever. I thought maybe I had sent the youngest to school in it and he had lost it, and I was going to be very sad. And then I remembered another secret trunk where I was storing knitwear. Wow. And there it was. So, can I do this in a particular order? I don't think that I can. I was going to get my little tablet out so that I can reference things as I go. But for starters, I might as well just go with the things that I made the most recently. The lastest, thanks to my friend Entropy. Hi. I am doing a little fun thing called the 12 cast-ons of Christmas. And yeah, it's way past Christmas, and this is just for my own funsies. I mean, feel free to play along if you are so inclined, but I ended up making 3 of these hats. This is the first, no, lies. This is the first one. This is a crochet beanie called the Done in One, made from Lion brand Thick and Quick something or other. And I did not follow the pattern directions properly, so look. Did you see how it's a little bit taller on this side? I didn't rip it out, even though crochet is so fast. But look how cute it is. And I even left the little exposed knot here that was in the yarn, because it looks like a little flower. It looks like a deliberate cuteness. Made one of those. Then I made it in green. Then I made it in black. The green one I gave away. I did it again with the black one, where there's a taller lump on one side. It looks like the little prince's elephant. C'est un chapeau. No, c'est un éléphant mangé par une snake. A serpent. And then I had some leftovers. So here, I used the white, the green, the black, and a little bit of extra something to finish it off. This one's the smallest. It fits my small child. But a little frantic hat making for no one. And then I brought this one as a placeholder because I made one of these. I had made 2 of these years ago. And then my mom was the recipient of the other one. This is the original. And she was like, can you make me one? Or she took maybe the first one, and I made this one for myself. I don't remember anymore. But she asked me to make her one for her flute teacher. And so I made one more. It was like a super stash bust. I was holding things double all over the place. It was really fuzzy yarn, mostly a little bit of wool, but mostly acrylic. And I can insert a picture, but this is the bobble hat, even though I didn't put a bobble on it. And it was from a Shetland Wool Week many years ago. And if you have ever wanted to try Fair Isle and it is intimidating to you, I highly recommend this pattern because it's so quick and it's so fun. You're making these little sheep, and they're just every row is producing more and more of them. I mean, they're only like 8 rows tall, so it happens so fast. It's really great. Can recommend. Okay, let's see. Other things I have made. I made some DRK everyday socks. I have mentioned before numerous, and I've been wearing them, but I still haven't woven in the ends like a professional. I was showing my nieces how to knit, and one of them kept saying, "You're like a professional knitter." To the contrary, but sure, yeah, thanks. I'll take it. These are fun. If I were to do these again, I would choose different yarn for the heel. I would probably stick with the rainbow. This is much stronger sock yarn, and this has got a fair amount of cashmere in it, and it's just like a limper yarn. And so the structure of the sock feels a little incorrect. Like I should really rip them all the way back and use this bit to finish the heel and then do the limp stuff up top where it doesn't matter. But I was trying to make them look color coordinated, do the things in the pattern. Yeah, next time I'll probably just go all the way through the same color. Or maybe interesting toes, and that's it. I don't love how they look when they're on. They're not my new favorite pair of socks, I'm sorry to report. Man, I have a pile. I'm just going to tell you about things. You know, Andrea Mowry's patterns are very easy to follow, and I do like them. Here, case in point, I'll grab another one of those instead. The throwback. This is the throwback cardigan, which I knit and steeked. And I added a button band with buttons. I super love the yarn choice. These colors are my jam. And this sweater is so cozy and comfy, and I love it so much. And it was a super easy pattern to follow. I think I actually messed up one of these little rows of stripy things, but can you tell? No, neither can I. I don't remember. I know something might be wrong, but I don't remember what it is, and it doesn't matter. Yeah. The only thing that I have considered changing about this is that I don't have pockets in it. I knit pockets for it, and then I couldn't decide where to put them on the body of the sweater because this ribbing is so deep. I just thought it would mar the line in a way that I might not enjoy. I've thought about also putting the sweater, putting the pocket inside the sweater so that I would just, because it's always about the phone. I just, like, if I want to wear some comfy leggings and a super cozy sweater, I need a place for the phone to go. And some of my leggings don't have a pocket. And if they don't have a pocket, then I need one in the upper half. And if the upper half doesn't have a pocket, then I'm like shoving it in my bra, and I hate that. I don't know about you guys, but it's not my favorite method. I'm always like, am I going to get weird cancer in my heart now because I'm shoving this against my left breast? This one went so fast. I think I made it in like 6 weeks. And I really enjoyed it. And then, since we're on the Andrea Mowry theme, I think the one other thing of hers that I made, which I still have to put it on the old Instagram for a knit along, make along, spin along thing. I can't remember what it's called anymore. It's my problem. Is this beauty? This is my hand-spun, hand-knit, beginning to end traveler hoodie. I still haven't blocked it. The only part of it that has machine-made yarn is this. Not sorry. And I have like a sweater quantity left. I spun so much yarn that I could make another one of these. I made it in my roller derby team colors. Wednesday mornings, we like to joke that we are the color of Mountain Dew. So look, I have all of the Mountain Dew colors and then some, a little blue. Maybe sometimes it's the packaging. Here's even the orange. I really enjoyed this whole process. I bought the wool on Mother's Day. I spun it during Tour de Fleece, and I knit it furiously through the end of summer and into the beginning of the home team derby season, where I am the captain this year, and sometimes I wear it to practice. So it's doing its job, and I love it very much. Yes. It's a pretty easy pattern, like to remember once you figure out how to like read the lumps in this lumpy bumpy. She made, 52 different patterns with this same texture. I did not purchase any of the others. Oh wait, that's not true. I got the Traveler shell. I don't know if I'll ever make it. Maybe. It seems like a good thing for a house sweater because it's got enormous pockets. It's supposed to be, I should make one with the rest of this yarn. And long sleeves, it's supposed to be short sleeve, but anyway, those were my many Andrea Mowry. Oh, here, well, since we're talking about things I made this year, I can show you. Here's what's left from the spinning project. This was ball number 2, which had 872 meters, 217 grams. If you can do that kind of math on the fly, you will notice that it was not the sport weight that was called for. It was like a fingering weight, and I'm not sorry about that either. It worked out fine. These are the leftovers. See, this one I was like, this was going to be the last resort because it's obviously different. And this stuff right at the top was spindle spun from a totally different set of Rolex I had purchased, but here's one of the original. It was so much fun. These are so pretty. I can't wait to use them for something. I just haven't decided yet. Yeah. It was a good year for spinning. Oh, sorry, reach. The reach. I'll show you that quick before I get back into. So these are all super woolly wools that are from my own collection of fleeces that I have been hand processing. Samesies for these. This is BFL. They've mostly been spindle spinning and then plying on a electric, my EEW, electric eel wheel 6. These guys are CVM, I believe, mostly. There might be some other things in there. Gray. It's just pretty. Oh, Shetland. One of these is Shetland. I can't tell anymore. Did I put a tag on it to tell me which one? No, I just assumed I'd remember. But now I can just use them all together because I can't remember. And then white stuff. This is either the Merino Katahdin blend or the Shropshire. It is not the Clune Forest. That was too filthy so far to spin. I gotta work on it some more. Isn't it pretty? See, and I left a little stripies of gray occasionally just for funsies. So those are the things that I was spinning. My lovely spinning. Yes. All right. Then, oops. And this little guy. This was like a free gift with purchase, and then my cat got it. And now I'll have to wind it back up again, but it's just pretty. and with floof on it. Pretty. Speaking of pretty, you may remember my friend the Port Townsend sweater, using so many of my single skeins and requiring only a $10 additional purchase for the green. This one also went super fast and I love it very much. I agonized over the color choices and I am still not sad about them. I'm very pleased with my choices. Yes, every single one of them. And once again, the notorious non-weaver inner. I'm waiting I'm waiting to block them before I cut the end of the woven in. It's like woven in, but I haven't cut it yet because it needs to be blocked. And then I never block it, and then I just wear it, and then it looks like that. That's just silly. I do that. I'm sorry. And then you may remember my attempt at designing something myself, the cable drape tank top that I made, because it's a shirt draped off of this cable. That's where I started from. I have no plans to turn this into a pattern you can make, but you let me know in the comments if that's a thing you're into. I could consider it. And then it was so much trouble. I had to knit it twice. One of these days I'm going to make more of them. This is the mini mock neck out of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. It's comfy. I wore it a lot. I liked it. I'm going to try it in other types of yarns, see if I like it even more. This one started out as I'm just going to figure it out on my own to use this beautiful hand-spun of mine and use up these old Knit Picks sport weight yarns that I had laying around forever and ever. And then eventually I grabbed a pattern for free from the Espace Tricot website and sort of started to follow that towards the end. And I was just wearing it the other day, and there are a few things I might modify, but it's bringing me joy still. It's warm, it's cozy, I love it. You may have noticed, I hope it's not rustling too much, that I have a fun new toy, a little microphone for us so you can hear me even when I speak softly. I'm not going to have to jack up the sound in post-production. And then I know you will remember that I tried a little weaving. Yeah. And I love it. I gotta try it again. Actually, I'm unsure about this yarn. Whether or not it is actually the Malabrigo Rios that I thought it was. But whatever, it's soft and sweet and I like it and it was fun to do. And then, let's see, while I was looking through my things, I found that this was on the list, and my plans for this are I am going to frog it because my son's fiance has a sister who used this exact type of yarn to make an enormous mushroom that is a pillow, and I want one. And I hear that she works on commissions. If I give her all the yarn, I just frog this. This is supposed to be a thing that it is not. It is not. It didn't follow the pattern. I don't wear it. Nobody wears it. It will be frogged. Thank you for your service. And then I kept this for myself. This is the sleeve that I replaced on my dad's most precious sweater with the many patch attempts of my mom. I made a new sleeve for my dad's sweater. It's like one of the most special things. I showed it to my friends and they all remember. He wears it every day. And so far the reports are that it is fitting and it is functional, so I'm very excited on that front. And then this is my latest attempt at weaving. It has gone terribly wrong. I am just waiting to do a little like bind off guy, cut this off and try again with warping the loom. It looks good, but this is as far as it's going to go while it looks good. Everything after this is a disaster because the warp threads are like loosey-goosey in the middle and tight on the ends. And I don't know how I did it, and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to cut it and start from scratch, which really stinks. And I had one more. Pretty sure this random little bit of joy is also last year's spinning. And then I'm working on some floof gifted to me by Wax. She tried spinning and didn't enjoy it, so she gave that to me. I'm spinning it in various formats. Sorry about the plastic noise. I think that's all I got in there right now. So, what did I enjoy? I love making sweaters. I really, really do. And I made my sister a sweater when Andrea Mowry had her birthday sale. I sent my sister to her website and said, is there anything on here you would like me to make for you? And she chose the Weekender Light, which I then sort of turned into the Weekender Decay by holding, fingering, and lace weight floof together. I will put a little picture in. It fits her. She loves it. I'm very happy about it. Oh, here. I never did get logged into the old, because I remembered things off the top of my head. For the most part. Not that I told you what the yarns were, but I will link to all the usual Ravelry information, with my apologies if Ravelry is a thing that hurts your brain. So, oh yeah, I didn't bring it in. I made myself a gear shift sock. Keeps my hands warm in my car. It was a baby sock. I partially frogged it, and then I very happily use it on my gear shifts in the wintertime. It's been working well. I made a shift cowl, right? Yeah, the shift by Andrea Mowry. I made one for my auntie for Christmas for last year. Yeah. I made a baby blanket for nobody and ended up gifting it to a patient for no particular reason, just cause I can. Just because I wanted to use one of those balls of self-striping yarn. Made an outfit for my participation, a sweater that I unraveled for my participation in the burlesque, which was a super fun night. Baby sweater for my best friend's grandchild. It was random and fun. I showed you all of those. I made a baby blanket. This is just like, for me, the mindless fun stuff. I made a baby blanket that I sent home with my sister. It was crochet. I just wanted to use the first floofy ball of yarn. I liked it, and then I found other stuff that worked with it, and I kept going. And then I had a little bit of leftover of that yarn, and I learned how to make these puff flowers. I made a crown out of them. Oops. Trying to not get the glare. I might insert all of this stuff. And then I think last but not least, talked about all those, was I made up my own version of the tessellated pattern because I didn't feel like buying it. I buy so much of her stuff that when it seems like a thing I can figure out, I just figure it out sometimes. Sorry, not sorry. I do purchase a lot of her patterns. So I made a pseudo tessellated hat. I think hers was mosaic and mine was Fair Isle. So not entirely thieving. just, and then I gave my daughter's boyfriend at the time a ball of yarn with an IOU for socks, and I finally finished them just in time for Christmas of 2024. I gave them to him in 2023. And that is a roundup of the 29 items that I made in 2024. As far as the stuff that I kept track of goes, I used 10,000 meters of yarn, which was the goal I wanted to meet. That's only accounted for 22 of the patterns, I think. So a bunch of the other ones I didn't count correctly at the time, or I like with the traveler sweater, I'm having a little bit of trouble figuring out exact meterage because it's hand spun. And I have a yardage counter, a meter counter, but it's still iffy whether or not I have the correct information. In other news, I also I cast on, with my 12 days of Christmas cast on, I cast on the emotional support chicken, which I am making again just because I really like this goofy self-striping yarn. Here, hang on. It's another one of these Karen cakes. This one is like, it would call itself a tweed, but really that's a marl. Whatever. I am this far. I have tail feathers and part of the body. And I'm supposed to be like switching colors in certain spots, and I've been skipping that bit. I'm going to try and make another one where I do listen to all the directions probably. But it's been fun so far. It's a lot of short rows. Pretty easy. No complaints. And I've been making lots of fun plans for what I'm going to knit in 2025. Now that we're here, I have many ideas. Oh, I left it in the other room. The crown shy beanie. I was making the crown shy beanie, and I've already cast on for a second one because my first one turned into a goofy cowl because my youngest really needs something nice and warm and thick for his neck that just goes over his head, because if it's a scarf, it's just going to fall off, or he'll take it off. And I used a yarn that isn't fuzzy, like it's stuck in your mouth this time. So hopefully he will wear it more. And yeah, that's what's going on, my friends. That is the roundup for the things that I made in 2024. I hope that you had a magnificent year and that you're having a happy new year thus far. And I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to make a different video to talk to you about my whip roundup, because sometimes we need more than one. Content. No. Okay. Sorry. I don't. Oh my gosh. I'm so awkward. It's fun though. Okay. All right, my friends. I'll see you later. Bye.